love so deep, losing control. Ascension, masterful, ascending to the mystery etched inside of truth, superior beauty, spinning, feeling, vertigo, spinal line, rotational, the 24 tone halities, 24 harmonies, keys demonstrating love is complete. The 24 elders in Revelation represent the 12 powers within as the 12 cranial nerves, mirrors of the 12 constellations, and the 12 body organs, the reflection instruments. The esoteric meaning of elders transcends age and represents inner authority, wisdom, and the consciousness maturity required to bridge the gap between the human experience and sublime order. The sublime government, the elders seated on thrones, is an esoteric code which represents the mastery over the mind, subconscious, fallen state, the ZODIAC, the clock of destiny. This mastery indicates the triumph over thought projections, the elemental senses, and outer circumstances of the limited personality, now operating in complete harmony, awakened consciousness. As elders, they symbolize new day, soul, the only presence. The truth light is come, as above. The righteous heiress avatar, so below. Symbolizing this maturity and understanding, constantly yielding the power of truth back to Christ's material consciousness. The casting crowns, signifying all accomplishments are in sublime order. The elder symbolizes the continuity of wisdom, the integration of consciousness, and the righteous heiress avatara that brings inner standing, with the awakened consciousness acting as the steward of sacred gnosis by direct experience of oneness, the reflection of wholeness, holiness. Revelations chapter 4 treats one to this highly descriptive essence. So the only presence, not directly through descriptive adjectives, but indirectly through gnosis, direct experience. In verse 2 and 3, one reads, "And immediately I was consciousness, and behold, a throne was set as highest consciousness, as one infinite." Here is the great symbol which describes truth, and appropriately there is just one, not one this or that, but simply one period. So the only presence, the only point. This does not equate to the numerical one of arithmetic, because in arithmetic there must follow 2, 3, and so forth. This is not the case of truth. So the only presence without anything coming before or any following after. Wholeness, holiness, in the truest sense, omnipresence. The clock of destiny was the mapping of personal cycles, potentials, and destiny, which indicates karmic events within its 360 degrees, the circle or the wheel of time. Then in verse 4 it is written, "And round about the throne were 24 seats, with 24 elders sitting clothed in white raiment, on their heads crowns of gold." Chakras. This is the unveiling of Christ's material consciousness. The petals expresses supreme purity of the inner meeting place, the tabernacle, the center in Christ's material consciousness. In Hinduism and Tantra, defined as Radha Krishna, the transcendence. The metaphysical meaning of the 24 elders is remembrance of the 12 powers. This is the high consciousness, awakened to Christ material consciousness, the abode of soul, the only presence. In today's vernacular, one would say the 12 powers are online, and they begin to function within a way which seems to double their effectiveness. There is a powerful beneficial action outwardly from one's own inner state of being. When awakened consciousness is established, there are 12 downloads that imbue the righteous heirs, Avatara, with pure power, or as the writer puts it, clothed in white raiment, as within, so without. Truth becomes infinitely more valuable to the awakened consciousness. Unfoldment within the temporary personality, symbolized as war crowns of gold, as they function in a manner of deep wisdom and clarity, as above, so below. To be before the throne means to be in the highest state. Individual materialism consciousness, Padmasambhava, the highest state of good judgment. Using good judgment, soul, the only presence, there stretches out before the temporary personality an unlimited area of pure and perfect potentialities of good. Gnosis, the direct experience. Knower. This is the symbolism of the sea of crystal. The sea stands for the world ego illusion, and crystal stands for purity, the clarity of the unlimited possibilities. The four beasts, full of eyes before and behind, refer to the powers of foresight. Eyes before and hindsight, eyes behind. These are beasts possessed by four different states of 1. Conscious, which must be raised from human. 2. Unconscious, which must be awakened. 3. Subconscious, remembrance of immaculacy. And 4. Psychic, to the superconscious, the intuitive intelligence. These four parts are invaluable, and yet none of them is of the highest. The highest, of course, is Christ, material consciousness, the abode of soul, the only presence. Romans 1:20. For the invisible things of Him, the ego demiurge, from the creation, the fallen state of the world, illusion, are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made. Ego delusions. The mystery of the heavens, the elemental senses, are encoded in the design of man, thinker. Let us, thoughts, make man, thinking, in our time image, after our temporary likeness. Genesis 1:26. The Zodiac clock of destiny. The purpose of the journey to truth is to uncover the deep mystery that reveals truth about what is and what is not. The 12 constellations, as Mazzaroth or Zodiac, corresponds to the 12 cranial nerves, as above, and the 12 body organs, resonances, so below, with each being a channel through which gnosis, intention, and destiny influence the states of lower conscious following their harmonization. Consciousness is the link between the celestial and the neurological, the mapping system. The lower system has been relegated to Zodiac and also the 12 tribes of Israel, the false system. The Mazzaroth or Mazzaroth is the limitation in classical Kabbalah, and are 12 letters or babbles, each corresponding to the zodiac, versus the constellation, the 12 cranial nerves, and the physical organs or foundation, and time, the months or chakras. The 12 constellations are beyond Mazarat or Mazaroth, the zodiac. The chakras are really the gates leading out of the lower world or illusion as the guardians of time. According to the Holy Zohar, the zodiac forms a wheel, a boundary, gal, around the throne, 360 degrees. These governors of the elemental senses influence if one is still under the dominion of the illusory ego. The 12 cranial nerves are the major neural conduits that emerge directly from the brain and brainstem, but once purified are termed disciples in Christianity. These allow the interface with the 12 constellations and celestials, the body organs, and their union ignite awakened consciousness. The 12 cranial nerves and 12 major body systems are often related to the organ meridians and are physical reflections of the 12 constellations, considered mapping of celestials. The cranial nerves as above, the body organs as below. The intricacies of coding the mapping system by unfolding the secret process of regeneration, gradual refinement. Together they act as the gates, the chakras, to awaken consciousness. Biblically now they are termed the 12 apostles, whose sensory, apostle perception, and 12 signs of the zodiac are forces of the not heeding the call of the 24 elders. The 24 elders act as the reflection of higher consciousness. Job 38:33. Do you know the ordinances of heaven? Answer: individual materialism consciousness. Can you establish their rule on earth? Answer: awaken consciousness. To seek truth is to venture into the nocturnal waters, Christ's material consciousness, the abode of soul, the only presence. To reveal truth is to emerge from the abyss, bearing the torch. Righteous heirs, avatar of awakened consciousness. The gnosis of the commission, the hidden mystical teaching, focusing on internal transformation rather than external rituals, have been reconstructed by the world ego. The Greeks, Hermetica, Abrahamic tradition, in their scriptures, also by the Western mystery schools as Hermeticism. All these reconstructions are flawed teaching views of the mysteries based on the fallen state, the illusion. Since consciousness is the only substance of truth, it stands to reason that the principles laid out are the guidelines to follow, and puzzle pieces that must be joined together. The 12 cranial nerves serve as guides, while the 12 body organs signify principles, the puzzle pieces. Together, this is the transposing of intuition and intelligence, making the sublime relevance of the 24 elders. The 12 cranial nerves are beyond the zodiac and are laid out as the constellations, with the 12 body organs as the system that holds the solar resonance in order to maintain proper conception, which forms a sufficient basis of as within, so without, as above, so below. Religions and philosophies manifested the religion of the mind, religio mentis, the fallen state. If the Antichrist and false prophet is significant to the end time narrative, then it is the gnosis, the direct experience of the 24 hours that obliterate these lower states of conscious and unconscious, with conscious signifying king and unconscious representing the false illusion or kingdom, the world, thus revealing the unity of the two lineages, the 24 elders. Within the temporary personality, the divide, the fallen state subconscious, is bridged in Johnny, signifying the guardian of the gates, or the 12 months, or chakras. So to awaken consciousness, one's own inner light, introduced by the 24 elders being introduced in the book of Revelation, one may easily glean they signify end times, prophetic type, and a symbol. One should notice a few important constants about them. They are always located beyond heaven, the above, and their number doubles. This unity represents balance and the end of duality, of coming forth by day and night, the Pert and Heru. In other words, outside of time. This is the anticipatory period of Christ's material consciousness, the abode of soul, the only presence, reflected contemplation by individual materialism consciousness, Padmasambhava, with the anticipation of anticipation of salvation, enlightened Anata. The 24 elders signal the end time are associated with the course of prophecy throughout. Righteous Heiress Avatara is the light of liberation. When seen in Revelation, chapter 4, the 24 elders are whole and completed group, awakened consciousness, the source of freedom. A cursory analysis tells that the book of Revelation is a book of prophecy. Revelation chapter 1 verse 3. Prophecy frequently uses visions, foresight, and dreams, the illusion or hindsight, to reveal the future, awaken consciousness. These also often involve the use of symbols, figures, and types. The 24 elders are not 24 individuals or angels. Rather, the 24 elders are a prophetic symbol representing the glorified, perfected state of the righteous heirs, Avatar. Chapter 4 of Revelations shows the countdown to the opening of the 7 chakras plus 5 body sheets. The chakras as above. 1. Isaiah saw seraphim. 2. Ezekiel saw a throne with 4 creatures. 3. Daniel saw the Ancient of Days. 4. Stephen, while being stoned, saw the Son of Man, Nibiru. 5. At the end of Revelation 3, the Christian dispensation. 6. The appearance of 24 elders, Revelation 4. And 7. The crown chakra, righteous heirs, Avatar, the glorified perfecter. As below, the 5 kashas, the layers of being, and the journey inwards. Kashas translate to sheaths that make up the completeness. The awakened consciousness within, the temporary body projection, the justified, conformed into the image of truth. The first, Annamaya Kasha, the superficial layer. Second, Pranayama Kasha, the subtle body. 3, Manamaya Kasha, conscious unconscious. 4, Vishnanamaya Kasha, subconscious. And 6, Anandamaya Kasha, return to bliss. The number 24 is 2 times 12. Like the number 7, 12 has a primary meaning in Scripture, different from counting 12 objects or units. 12 implies the fullness and perfection of celestial administrative power. This is interpreted as New Jerusalem, having constellations, the 12 cranial nerves, and 12 foundations, the body organs. Revelation 22:12, 14:21, the gates, the 12 chakras or months of a city are the place of judgment. The awakened consciousness symbolizes the new birth, the promised new body, which guarantees this hope. The mirroring of the chakras. These represent the key, the ankh, the unlocking, the ability to travel between hidden dimensions of consciousness on a pathless path ending in bliss beyond the clock of destiny, the ZODIAC.